Welcome back, I'm Chris Moore with HVAC Pro Blog, and this week I want to talk about 5 ways the right distributor can mean success for you. Without further ado, here's the training. Alright, when there's a strain on inventory, labor, costs, you name it on any industry, the players tend to look around for stability. Over the last year, the necessity to look around for inventory and supplies for HVAC contractors has opened their eyes a bit on what their suppliers offer, or lack thereof. Based on my conversations trying to help alleviate these landmines, I have narrowed down the why that HVAC contractors make a change to just a list of 5 motivations, which all tie back to their success or not. First one is their location and inventory. The first reason that most HVAC contractors choose to work with a distributor is convenience. This is usually best described as locations close to where they operate or across their footprint. I remember driving through hours of Metro West Boston traffic to purchase inventory or service parts, wondering why on earth we buy from them. I'm going to be honest here. If I could have bought those service parts anywhere else closer, I would have, even if it costs a bit more. Contractors will first pay for convenience, then they will consider reliable inventory. Having the typical supplies, parts, equipment, and accessories needed during the season is a huge advantage, particularly for a service department. The days of extensive parts inventories on trucks and in contractor locations are long gone. With quick shipping, for most parts not needed to keep a furnace or boiler operating in the middle of the Northeast winter, most parts can be easily resourced in a day or two. So, if an HVAC contractor is going to purchase these supplies from you instead, distributors need to keep the correct inventory accessible in a convenient location. The move to e-commerce or online ordering has swept across the industry in the last 10 years. This provides a quick way for contractors to not only place orders at any time of the day or week, but view current inventory without waiting for a location to open at, let's say, 5 a.m. on an emergency service call. All right, the next piece is attention to detail. Some of the most basic tasks as a distributor, like picking an order for delivery, must use the highest levels of attention to detail. Most of the HVAC contractors in the United States use just-in-time delivery, often directly to the job site on the day of the installation, and an incorrect order or delivery could really cost them significant hours. This can be the quickest, easiest decision for a contractor to make a change in where they purchase their materials and equipment. Damaged equipment and materials is another reason for looking elsewhere. By simply paying attention to which side of the equipment the branch staff is hand trucking to the docks could avoid concealed damage and upset contractors on, let's say, condensers. When there's physical damage to equipment or controls being installed in a home that day at a high but reasonable cost to the consumer, it's assumed that the equipment will be delivered in perfect condition. Next reason for meaning success for that contractor is expert support. This could be by far the biggest differentiator for any distributor or contractor's success. HVAC equipment and controls are continuing to reach higher levels of complexity every year. By having an expert on staff, a quality distributor can quickly become their consumers' go-to support for all levels of need. This could save the contractor hours of time on the phone with manufacturer hotlines and get quick results without the typical screen reading diagnostic trees most call centers employ. The loyalty built with this expert, starting at training classes and then field visits, will slow attrition that most without expert support have trouble with. Next one is relationships. This isn't a secret for anyone in sales. For business to business, or B2B, there's a long time thought that people buy from people. I can say without a doubt that there is some truth to this saying. At least it will get you in the door or past the gatekeeper. No matter the type of HVAC contractor, if it's residential, commercial, new construction, a relationship will get you last look on a bid on a large project, a phone call about pricing before they move their business or switch brands, or even a ticket to a sought-after sporting event they couldn't use. I'm always completely honest with everyone in my life. And because of this, I can consider most people I deal with at distributors, contractors, etc., friends. Yes, there is always a business component most days and conversations, but I really believe that they know I want to help. And we listen to each other's advice. I've managed to build long-lasting relationships, particularly locally, that transcend the company I work for or the brand they sell. Relationships can absolutely contribute to the HVAC contractor and their distributor's success. Sometimes it really is who you know. Now let's talk about value-add services. I've heard of many value-add services that distributors offer to stand out from the price-driven commodity mindset. Distributors that have these types of services attract a particular type of contractor or customer. I oftentimes see HVAC contractors leave one distributor that handles their business primarily over the counter for the support needed to grow their business to the next level. Things like marketing support, co-op advertising, easy to implement services, consults, a sheet metal shop. I can speak from personal experience. As a master sheet metal worker, the labor required to build transitions for residential replacements on site, it's just not worth it. Last one I want to talk about is design services. Things like manual J heat loss and gains, manual S equipment selection, even duct design. Crane services is another one that I heard recently. What a great opportunity to help a customer or contractor at such a reasonable price. Business services and training. In other words, just like the reason a homeowner will not pay the cheapest price based on the value presented, an HVAC contractor should consider all of the value proposition when it comes to their pricing. If you always pay the lowest price to a distributor, will you get the support for a service issue? Will the distributor be able to stock all of the equipment and parts you need? Think about the quality of the people they will be able to hire, train, and retain. If the HVAC contractor was offering the lowest price in the market, they couldn't employ the best technicians either. Could the distributor continue to offer the after-hours training courses for their customers? These things cost money. And if their customer, which is the HVAC contractor, is not willing to pay for them, then that is not really that distributor's customer, and they should just move on, regardless of the volume. Thanks for joining me this week at HVAC Pro Blog, where we provide advice for residential system design, quality installation, and system diagnosis. I'll see you soon.